Welcome to this in-depth visual explainer. We are jumping right into things today because we're looking at a fascinating geopolitical puzzle. We're going to be exploring how one tiny, seemingly remote location actually holds the key to the geopolitical balance between two absolute massive nations, India and China. We're calling it a strategic gateway. And as you'll see, that's not just a dramatic title. It's the on-the-ground reality.
Now you might be wondering, how does a tiny Himalayan village, a place most people haven't even heard of, become this massive focal point? I mean, some analysts argue this specific spot is arguably more crucial to China's strategic calculations than even Taiwan. No way, right? Well, why is China watching this specific valley so intensely? That's exactly the mystery we're going to unravel today.
Section 1. The Quiet Himalayan Village. Let's get properly introduced to Xemathang.
So, Xemathang is located in the western sector of Arunachal Pradesh, right up against the Line of Actual Control, or the LAC. And it is small. We're talking a population of just a few hundred people. At first glance, it's just this peaceful, incredibly quiet settlement. You'd never guess it's the center of a geopolitical tug-of-war.
Section 2. Location over population. Here is the absolute truth about border geopolitics. A tiny demographic footprint literally means nothing compared to the power of geography. Xemathang might only have a few hundred residents, but its geopolitical footprint is massive. Why? Because this valley provides crucial, direct access to major mountain passes and critical military routes. Whoever holds and develops this location effectively holds the keys to the region.
Section 3. India's Rapid Infrastructure Push.
India completely understands this geographic reality, and they are not sitting still. We're seeing a rapid, and I mean rapid, infrastructure push in the area. They are actively building out new roads, heavy-duty bridges, modernized communication networks, and of course, heavily upgrading their military infrastructure. It is a major transformation happening right before our eyes.
And the so what of all this construction? It boils down to logistics, a real game changer. By utilizing these new routes, the Indian Army can now move troops, tanks, missiles, and critical supplies at lightning speed. Actually, scratch that. Not just fast. We're talking about reaching the border in a matter of hours during a potential conflict. That kind of rapid deployment capability changes the whole math of the region.
Section 4. The 1959 Historical Connection.
To really get why this place is so sensitive, we have to look back. 1959. This isn't just some random valley. This is the exact route the Dalai Lama used when he fled Tibet and entered India. So you have this deep historical flashpoint directly linking into the present-day rapid infrastructure development, which in turn sets the stage for future rapid troop deployments. Past, present, and future are all colliding right here.
And to understand the other side of the coin, we need to look at China's perspective impartially. For Beijing, Tibet is not just a neighboring region. It is a core, non-negotiable issue of national security and political legitimacy. Because Xemathang is historically tied to the Tibetan leadership's exit, it inherently touches a raw nerve in China's overarching security strategy.
So let's lock in on a term we've been using, a strategic gateway. In the world of geopolitics, this is a critical geographic location, exactly like Xemathang at the LAC. It's a place deeply tied to historical events, and it's absolutely crucial for projecting military power and influencing the broader security of an entire region. It's a pivot point.
Section 5. Shifting the power balance. Let's look at the macro picture.
So what does this all mean for the big picture? Well, the balance is shifting. India's strengthened presence and all that new infrastructure in the valley present a major strategic challenge for China. Simply put, India's moves make it significantly harder for China to easily exert military pressure or advance any territorial claims in this specific sector. The barrier to entry has gone way, way up.
And because of this shifting balance, China is paying very, very close attention. They are hyper-focused on monitoring every single new road, every new bridge, literally every piece of development happening around Xemathang. Nothing goes unnoticed because every piece of concrete poured alters the strategic calculus.
So, to bring it all together, this really isn't just a story about a tiny village of a few hundred people. It's the story of a strategic gateway that has the sheer geographic gravity to influence the security of the entire western Arunachal sector and, by extension, the broader India-China power balance.
Which leaves us with a pretty massive question to ponder. How will this single, hypercritical gateway dictate the future of Western Arunachal's security? As infrastructure grows and the historical legacy lingers, what happens next on this very fragile border? It's definitely something to keep a close eye on. Thanks so much for joining us for this explainer today, and we'll catch you in the next one.